Hey everybody, JC here with another TNI toy review, and today's review is in association with tformers.com, your #1 news source for everything Transformers. And today we're taking a look at the new Transformers Masterpiece Streak, or as we from the G1 generation more commonly know it as Blue Streak. This is MP-18 from Takara Tommy, and Blue Streak here, or Streak, is the Cybertron Gunner. And like with the previously released Prowl, Blue Streak is using the Nissan Fairlady 280Z-T car body for his Autobot, or his automobile mode. Now the packaging is basically the same as we've seen with like the Prowl. It's got a picture of the toy in both robot and car mode on the front, with the name of the figure. We've got the Nissan logo as well as the Takara Tommy logo on the front. On the back, basically a bunch of writing that I can't read, but pictures of the toy in car mode, robot mode standing next to the Masterpiece Optimus Prime, a picture of it showing how it fits in Prime's trailer, and then showing some features, basically holding his gun and his rocket launchers. So again, pretty basic packaging, same thing we've seen with the other masterpieces, so nothing too different here. So let's get this open and take a look at the figure inside. Okay, so here's a look at the toy outside of the packaging. It starts off, when you open him up, Blue Streak starts off in his automobile mode. He also comes with the standard bio card that all the masterpieces come with. It's just a little playing card with a on the front side's a picture, kind of comic art picture of the character, and then on the back side is a picture of the actual toy along with some stats, which you can freeze and take a look at if you want. He also comes with his instruction manual showing you how to transform him and such. Again, same thing we've seen with all the masterpieces. So right off the bat, the thing to notice with Blue Streak is that they've based this toy off of his appearance in the G1 cartoon as opposed to the original toy. The original toy was basically all gray, whereas in the cartoon he had black highlights. Not sure why they call him Blue Streak when he's got black highlights and not blue highlights, but I don't know. But anyway, so this is much more cartoon accurate than the original generation toy. He's got black on his hood, around the skylight, or sunroofs on his roof, and as well as on the doors. So, and I like the added black. It gives it some nice, more depth look, I think, than just if it was just the basic grays. Again, like the original toy. He's got the Autobot symbol on his hood, as well as a little Nissan symbol underneath that. He's got some nice detailing on the sides, a little gas cap, just like with Prowl. And even, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but you can even make out like a little key lock on the door handle, which I think is a nice little added touch. So just overall nice detailing. No license plate. It does have the rear lights and the back windshield wiper for the back window, and then windshield wiper sculpted on the front. So all in all, again, nice detail. And like with Prowl, the headlights are kind of reflective. Now, one difference that between Prowl and Blue Streak here is because Prowl had the light bar for being a police car. Obviously, Blue Streak doesn't have that, but they still incorporated the same little kind of feature where you could attach the figure's weapon to its roof. But in this one you have to go a little extra step. You have to kind of pop open the roof, and then there's a little piece down here that you pull up like so, and that's got the piece sticking up that has the hole in it. So then you just pop the roof back on, and then you can attach the weapon's gun like with Prowl. The handle, basically you push it forward and the little clip comes out, and then you just attach the clip into the little hole. So then you can drive around with the gun on the roof if you want. Okay, so transforming Blue Streak into robot mode is exactly the exact same process as it was with Prowl. So we'll try and go through it real quick here. Basically, pop the doors open. Oh, one thing I do also like is I like how there's some nice detailing even on the inside doors. You've got the armrest and the handles and little door light and everything. So that's a nice little added touch as well. So you can pop the doors down. Basically you pull apart the back legs, and then you just kind of grab the foot and just pull out, and you kind of got to pull hard to get the leg to extend out. Then you want to pull this piece at the waist down, and then you can pull out the arms, and they just kind of fold out. Now they're just attached with a ball joint, so they can tend to pop off easily, so you can just pop them back in if need to. You might even want to just take them off while you're transforming it. Sometimes it's easier. And one thing I forgot to mention when I did a review of Prowl is you can actually push in the rear view mirrors, so when he's in robot mode you don't see the rear view mirrors. So you just push them in and just kind of fold them in. So that they're out of the way. Actually though, before you do that, you want to open the windshield / hood part and push the head up through so it's sticking out, and then fold in the rear view or the side mirrors, and then you can push this piece up so it clicks in. You push the arms up so that they're going to fit through the wheel well. And then this piece that extends out, you just fold in, and then you push the roof in so it becomes his back basically. The doors are open, and then you can tilt them upwards. And then the arms just go through the wheel well. And you can turn the fists so they're facing upwards. And then the feet are always, with this mold, to me is always the trickiest part. You can slide these pieces on the side out, and then you kind of want to split the foot. Kind of just have to pull up and then pull out. And then you want to do the same on the other side. You just kind of split it, pull out the side piece, and then push it down so it kind of becomes the foot. And you slide this up. Actually, you got to put pull this black piece out so it makes the back part of the foot. And then you fold this piece up to complete the bottom part of the foot. And one thing I forgot, which you probably want to do earlier, is you twist the midsection. You got to turn the midsection around so that the feet are facing forward. And then once you've created the foot, then you just push the windshield down. And then same thing with this foot. Pull the black piece out to make the back part of the foot. And then you just kind of push it in and slide that up to finish the foot process, and then push the windshield down. And then the final thing, which is kind of optional, but you can pull the back roof part open and then pull out the shoulder cannons, which are attached, and then you just reclose, push the roof back in, and then the cannons just should sit on his shoulder. And that's it. And then his gun just fits in his hand. You want to make sure you push back the handle so that the actual gun handle is there, and then the handle of the gun just has little clips on the side, and so they'll fit in either hand, and you just attach them into the little holes on his hand, pretty much like, you know, with all the other masterpieces. Now, Blue Streak's gun is exactly the same as Prowl's. The only difference is he's got a gray handle and Prowl's is white, but otherwise the gun is completely the same. Okay, so here he is in robot mode. Again, very similar to the Prowl. He's got blue eyes, he's got the red horns, he's got gray shoulder cannons. I like the gray cannons better than the white ones that were on Prowl. Though I can't help but wonder if red ones would have been cooler. If I remember correctly, the shoulder cannons on the original were red. But still, the gray doesn't look too bad, and I do like it a lot better than the white, which just looked too clean to me on Prowl. Not a lot of decal, just like with Prowl, very clean, nothing on his shoulders, just the Autobot symbol on his roof or on his hood. And that's really the only kind of decal that he has, and the only Autobot symbol that he has is the one on his hood. He's got some sculpting detail on his leg, unlike the original G1, which had decals in that area. He stands, being this is the exact same mold, he stands the exact same height as Prowl. So here he is next to Prowl. And then he's also about the same size as Sideswipe. Now, here he is with next to his alternator counterpart, who, the alternators are bigger than the masterpieces, so he's a little bit smaller than the alternator Blue Streak. Or actually, the alternator version was called Silver Streak, so yeah. His name keeps changing every incarnation. He started as Blue Streak, then he went to Silver Streak, now he's just Streak. So what are you going to do with copyrights, right? And here he is next to the masterpiece Grimlock. Again, pretty good scale. Okay, so now as far as articulation or posability goes, he's got pretty good movement. His head can look upwards, left and right. Can't look down, but again, it wouldn't matter anyway because his hood sticks out. He couldn't see anything down anyway. But he can bend downwards at the knees. The knees move forward, and he can kind of push down. So he can look down. He's just got to bend down at the knees. He's got good movement in the shoulders. Again, the arms are connected with ball joints, and he's got good movement there. Now, in the instruction booklet, it shows him holding his rifle in a two-handed position, and he's considered a gunner, an Autobot gunner. So it is actually possible to get him in those kinds of poses, but the thing that you have to do is you have to pull down this piece on the arm so it's underneath the hood, and then you can bend it over. So depending on which way you look at it, he basically can grab the rifle two-handed like that, but his wheel comes down a little bit, so it looks a little funny from this side if you do that, but like from this side though, it looks pretty good if you want to get him in some two-handed rifle poses and stuff. Otherwise though, if you keep the arm up in the wheel well, then his arms don't bend over enough because of the hood sticking out so much that he can really hold the rifle in a two-handed pose. You kind of got to bring this wheel down underneath the hood if you want to get him in two-handed poses with the rifle. And he does hold the rifle in either hand, so you can put it in his left or right hand. Now he's got essentially double jointed elbows. He's got the joint here and then the joint there, so he can get good movement there. He's got swivel at the wrists, and then the fingers are all sculpted together, but you can move the fingers back and forth. The thumb is stuck in that position. It's a separate piece, but you can't move it at all, just like with Prowl. He's got swivel at the waist, and he's got some movement where you can bend down at the waist. So again, he's got movement to look down and to look back a little bit at the waist as well, because the legs are basically attached at ball joints. And he can do like the splits, and he can put his leg pretty far back and pretty far forward. And again, his knees are kind of attached to this joint, so he's kind of got double jointed type movement with knees. And then he doesn't really have much movement at the feet or the ankles or anything, but he can, you can move him out, turn the whole leg to the side if you want, and get him in some good poses and stuff. So again, for a Transformer, he's definitely got a nice wide range of movement and good articulation that you can get him in a bunch of good poses. Okay, so that about wraps up the review. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this one. I like how they made it more cartoon accurate than the original G1 toy with the black highlights. I think the black highlights look really good, going with the red and everything. So I'm really happy with the overall look of it. Obviously, this is just an exact duplicate of the Prowl figure that we just recently got, but that's staying true to the original toy line, which, both Prowl and Blue Streak were basically the same mold, just repainted. And we'll get this mold one more time with Smokescreen, which will be out shortly. But I really like the overall look for this, and I'm always happy to add to my Autobot army. So it's definitely worth picking up for me. If you're a G1 fan, which obviously if you're collecting the Masterpiece line you are, then I think you'll definitely want to add this one to your collection as well. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, I'll check you later.